The information presented on this podcast represents the personal views and opinions of the hosts. The Neapolitan Trifecta podcast is not and should not be viewed as a news source. The ladies will often discuss current events regarding women in the entertainment industry. Links to sources of information will be posted for reference.
Welcome back to episode 7 of the Neapolitan Trifecta podcast. I'm Lana Reed. I am the owner of Garnet Films and a director.
And I am Nancy Pushkar. I am the owner of Crazy Cat Lady Productions. I also am an actor, and I'm currently in the process of writing some film shorts and a feature. And we just shot
A short
called Coffee and Cheesecake Crowns. Oh my God.
You're thinking of Latch Me. Cheesecake.
You're calling the cheese crowns. But anyway, it's Coffee and Cheese Crowns. And I'm sending it over now to our buddy.
My buddy. I'm Alex Schumard, an actress based out of Dayton, Cincinnati area. And I'm drawing a blank. I usually say something kind of funny, but I can't think of anything.
What, and avid fan of
Lady Blacksmith Mombazo.
Lady Blacksmith Mombazo. But you love Lady Blacksmith Mombazo.
What?
And today we laugh a lot, so just bear with the laughter. Anyhow,
Yes.
Today we also have Katie Dreyer here with us.
Yay,
and we are
Katie!
super excited about her being on this episode with us because she is going to be talking about
Women in production.
yes,
Production.
that's right. Production.
Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Thanks for coming.
Should I throw in my credentials?
Go for it.
Since everyone else
Go
can
for
figure
it.
it out. So I'm a production manager, and I am 1/3 of Two Phoenix Productions, and I also worked independently before that on a feature documentary.
Nice. Golf clap. Yay. Women in production.
Yes.
All right.
This
Very
will be
cool.
fun because we usually talk so much about the acting directing
aspect,
part
yeah.
of it. So this will be...
You guys
Sorry,
don't usually
about
talk
this.
about budgets. That's not usually
Oh,
a
numbers.
topic of discussion.
That's right up there
You're
with
not
like
into
food
that?
on your cheek.
Yeah,
for me.
there you go.
So why don't we talk a little bit about that? Let's talk about what your responsibilities are for someone who may think that they have an interest in production or being a production manager. Tell us what your responsibilities or what expectations are of a production manager.
Well, I'll just start by saying the greatest tool that I have learned to use is this book called Difficult Conversations, which is actually a Harvard-based educational book about negotiation. So if you want to be a production manager, I suggest that you read Difficult Conversations and learn how to negotiate with people.
Nice.
That's my first tip.
That's awesome.
Because ultimately, at the end of the day, being in charge of production is not being in front of the camera. It's
Right.
being on behind the camera. So when I say being on, I mean understanding every aspect of what's happening, from sound to film, what's going to happen in the editing booth, the lighting, the actors. You have to be aware of how to negotiate and control all these elements in order to create the greatest product. And before that even starts, you got to get that money. You got to get that money.
I like that. Got to get that money.
And that's one of the hardest parts for independent
That's
film.
very hard.
Yeah. So I've been very blessed. For every project I've worked on, I've either been picked by the person with the money or the person with the money has invested in what I'm doing.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I feel very lucky, but I also then have the expectation for myself that I need to continue raising the bar for what I'm doing. So that means a lot of post-editing. That means sometimes when you're filming, your partner puts you in a wheelchair and you have, instead of having a steady cam because they haven't given you the $300 yet, you put yourself on 2 boards and you look at your boss with a Canon camera and just go, please don't smile. And you just get wheeled up into their little face. So a lot of it's ingenuity, negotiation, and kind of ball busting is kind of the trifecta.
Sure.
But
trifecta.
What I mean,
We like that word
the
around here.
trifecta. Yeah. Oh, So, but what have your experiences been with producers? Like on your side, like, because I only know my side. So what's it like to deal with someone who's doing that?
Wow. like a producer with an actual budgeted film, I've only had to deal with that one time. And he was pretty fantastic to work with, but still on the production, I pretty much wore a lot of the hats.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say so much of a production manager, but more of a trying to build a team with the cast that I had so that everybody sort of just stepped in where they needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would be absolutely over the moon to have a production manager on my next project that could handle all that stuff and I wouldn't have to.
Well, sounds like Lana and I are going to be working together.
Hey,
Pick me.
I think you make a really good point, though, because it is about knowing your role.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say, if you have a grip or if you have someone in lighting, that's your only job. That's it. That's your role. Your role is to be the very best at that.
Yeah.
And I think you make a really good point, because I may have said negotiation, but even getting someone to believe or be encouraged or be into what they're doing, and so that they're not checking out or slacking off or taking over someone else's role if they don't feel like they're doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a skill inside and outside. That's tough.
Yeah.
So what's your experience, Natalie?
I haven't had too much like head-on experience, I don't think, with like producer or production managers too much. I just think it's important for a director, if they're approaching the production manager or vice versa, that you trust that person enough to make sure that you trust the sound person to do their job. You trust the, craft services to do their job. You have to be able to trust everyone to 100% commit, because especially for you as a director, like, you can't make sure that people are getting food by 2 p.m.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, luckily, if the couple sets I've been on, it's been pretty crucial. Like, this is when we're eating, this is when we're doing this. And, there are some sets I'm sure that production managers probably don't do their job, and that it really halts production because people that aren't supposed to do something end up doing something to cover for that person. And then it's just like a domino effect. It just really starts. And then it gets down to the director when they're supposed to be working on a scene. They shouldn't be taping up a big tarp to block out lighting or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone has to be able to commit, and you have to be able to trust the people to do their job so you can do your job.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think that communication is so key, because I also do some event management, which I do not think is all that dissimilar to this. So, recently, I had an experience where someone gave me information and they said no breakfast, and I'm a very literal person, so we were just talking about my cards we all went to a psychic and got our cards read, and I took everything very literally. Literally, you're gonna have a baby. literally. So you are literally gonna be somewhere in June. You are literally going on vacation.
He said June to you?
no. Stop it right now.
So,
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, I'm gonna.
And Rusty
keep
makes another.
We'll keep that on the inside, but that is very.
Okay, Lana's freaking me out.
Don't let it freak you out. It's okay. It's good energy.
No, it's very good energy.
energy.
It's great
right
energy.
Here. Look at my hair. Ooh, it's good energy.
I'm sure it's not the humidity.
It's not the humidity. The energy is just flowing
It's
through
good
her hair.
energy. Who's touching my left shoulder?
Oh, stop. Oh my god. Okay, can we talk about ghosts for a second? Okay. So I work at a university that is 142 years old, and I read the history of the university and knew that in 1925, literally in 1925,
And in her
Shout
world,
out to
she
the
means
word literally.
literally.
no, for real. And that this person had hung themselves in the classroom building, which is where we film and produce.
I want to take pictures.
And so my partner, Steven, who's the...
Who we own it.
Yeah, Steven, who... You're a brilliant genius. Please don't make fun of us. I know you will. So we had this ghost app, and we went up through the classroom building, and we had this creepy experience
A
where...
ghost app? What, like a
Oh.
light kind of thing?
Yeah.
on
No,
your
it's
phone.
The one,
It's the
yeah,
ghost
I have it
app.
on my
Yeah.
phone.
It has
I'm not
the
gonna- I will not be
EVP and
downloading
all
that.
this
So what did it do?
So we're going, and they have these class pictures of it's a rabbinical seminary. I'm a Jew. Okay, so there's all these it's just because you need to know there's 10 people.
She's literally.
You guys, literally for real. So there's like all these classes, and there are these old pictures of rabbis. That's why I have to do this, because like every class.
Are they old pictures, or are they pictures of old rabbis, or
Are they old pictures of
Old pictures of old rabbis.
Well, there's some old ones, there's some new ones, but the pictures are old, but the frames are new.
Okay.
And so
I always thought rabbis were all old until I saw the nanny episode where they had the new rabbi on the nanny episode.
we got gay rabbis, we got old rabbis,
so
we
the
got
ghost app, I'm sorry.
baby
We got-
rabbis. So there's this hallway. Well, right after the bris, they just get ordained.
Ghost app.
So there's this hallway, and it's every class picture of these rabbis from 1847. And I knew 1925, literally, was when this guy had hung himself. So I am taking the ghost app, and I leave Stephen, and I have it over the class of 1923. And it speaks to you, and it says, like, I have it around here, and it's up at the top, and it's like all the way to the red, and it just says center. And I move it down to the center, and it just says graduation class. And I was just like, because like there's no way.
I literally just got
kidding me?
goosebumps right now.
Yeah, there's no way. And then Steven.
So this app like ghosts can like communicate.
Yes, it tells you things.
So
Yeah.
I didn't know about this app, and Nancy told me about it.
You're welcome.
So I went home later,
No,
and I told.
stop it, 'cause I already
wait.
know
And I told Jet about it, and Jet wanted to use the ghost app.
He did. Well, he's
So he
brave.
turns it on, and he's sitting there, and then what comes across? The name Nancy.
Of course.
Oh.
Look at Alex. She's like,
I know.
stop it.
I will never ever be downloading that app. Well, I need to take it to my work because we are convinced that we have a work ghost, but I think it's a ghost that literally follows me.
Literally.
Because,
Literally.
It has a little. Oh yeah. You
Yeah.
should do it.
literally follows you.
but it's I will go on record and say, like the ghost that I'm like think seriously follows me like to work and home, like never nothing bad, nothing negative. It's always been like positive energy at work. I swear. It helps me put the truck away. It helps me stop because I'll go back
it might
there
be a
and boxes
guardian
are
angel
gone.
type of thing.
Yeah.
But let me ask you a
I'm like,
question.
thanks for helping.
No, and I know this sounds really
Rusty.
I know as a production manager, if you have people complaining that things are happening on set, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
That would be your responsibility. Find
Yeah.
out. Maybe you would have to bring in some ghost hunter or someone to say, you know what? All right,
like,
I'm gonna
this
sage
over
the
here."
place and we'll clean it
Yeah.
out because I've heard people on movie sets before that have said funky weird things happen, like Pet Sematary, Stephen King's book Pet Sematary. When it was made into a film, there was weird stuff that happened. I believe even Ghost Whisperer, the TV show.
Well,
There's
that
been
and like
stuff
The Shining, I'm sure, like that where they actually
Stanley,
filmed.
that's
Yeah.
Stanley
I'm
Hotel.
sure that there were actual.
But I mean, as a production
Yeah.
manager, that would be your responsibility, right?
For anyone looking for a production manager with a shaman, Julia Martin, shout out.
Literally doubles as a ghost hunter.
Freaking shaman.
Oh, that's right, Sean.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, they're bringing in a freaking shaman now?
They're bringing in
What's
a
the matter
freaking
with
shaman.
these people?
Because we're trying to make sure this
calm
production
down.
runs smoothly.
she's a true Jill of all trades. Yoga instructor, journey guide, like shaman, general.
Bring her in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chakra cleanser.
Yep. Reiki. Yeah. The whole deal.
See, all that stuff.
Also has
So, I mean,
adorable cats.
Seriously, see? Yeah. There you go. A lot of power. But anyway, so back to like production. So that would be something that you would have to do.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Like a
'Cause,
jack of all trades kind of thing almost.
just in our like goofing around
Jill
and
will
talking about this stuff, we came to this conclusion that would be your responsibility, and that and I mean,
But really
you
it would be.
expected. Yeah, think about it. Wow.
Yeah.
What if you were afraid of that stuff? Then you'd still have to do your job.
Sure.
Buck it up.
Yeah.
When you hire someone else to do that. If you put in a caveat in your contract that you have $300 for emergency ghost sightings. Yeah.
Ghost cleansing.
in the clause, you're like, will not work with paranormal.
Exactly.
As soon as that happens, I'm done. Cutting me out.
Oh man, I do think talking, joking aside, like having the expectations set before you begin your project from the person who is investing in the project or persons
Yes.
investing in the project is incredibly important.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure.
So I worked on a project that was a series of interviews with top-ranking marketing people and CEOs and CFOs of a toy company. I'm not going to name it, but it's one of the 2 toy companies that basically run everything. And so when we started the project, the expectation, the bar was much lower. And as the person investing in it saw that we were achieving more and more, they kept rising and, kind of expecting more. Now, that is when something I feel like got out of hand, which is that I was not filming the interviews, but I had to edit the interviews and make them cohesive. And so what I know now, and I wish I would have known then, little baby girl, is that it's amazing what 3 years will do.
Sure.
Or 4 years.
Good comment.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, if I would have known what I know now, I would have asked to have filmed those interviews so I could have created cohesiveness throughout the thing to actually achieve the best product. So, I mean, imagine being in a play or in a film and halfway through they hand you a script that is 3 parts of some other script and 2/3 your script, and you just have to work with it. And then in editing, you have to bring it all together. So, I mean, I wish for everyone working on any project that they really take the time before, whether it's storyboarding, writing a contract with your investors, whatever it is, get the expectations so you can meet them. That's definitely a type A suggestion, but that would be...
It goes back to the communication part, too.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want down the road, like the miscommunication being like, well, I thought you were going to do this. And you're like, well, I don't have the money for that.
Exactly.
And they were like, well, I thought I gave you the money for that. So it's just communication in every single aspect of productions.
Leave nothing open-ended.
Right.
Yeah.
In this day and age, too, with email and messaging and this
Yes.
and that and screen
It's
saving.
so
and
easy just to ask
There's
her.
no reason why you don't have stuff to, back up and support.
Right. And that's where you also, I think you have to be careful, because when you get into negotiation through email after the fact, after a contract, and then they come back and they say, oh, well, can you also do this? Yeah, sure, we can take care of that, no problem.
Right.
And then you do it, but then they want it a little more, but it's even not in the contract, and
Right.
you've over-delivered, but then they still have a negative feeling because even though you over-delivered what was in the contract, it was negotiated through email and wasn't in the contract.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's better not to get into anything like that. When you're doing a contract, don't leave it open-ended, and also if it's going to change, amend it and then re-sign everything.
Exactly.
Right, and I've
Exactly.
never been in the position to obviously like negotiate those kind of questions or anything. That's just not my part of production. And I would just feel like if you have questions, ask them.
Yeah.
It's like it's that
Exactly.
simple. If you're not sure about something money wise or anything wise, I just ask
And
it.
transparency. I think transparency saves a lot of those issues.
Right.
Yeah.
I have learned a lot
Yeah.
from Lana and working since I started my production company and then shooting Coffee and Cheese Crowns. That the contracts and things like that, how critical those are, and
Oh,
how
wow.
to
Yeah.
and staying on top of the, and that is so not my gig. You know, like I like having a production company, but I need a production manager.
Yeah.
I need somebody that is going to follow through with all that.
Ball busting.
Yes.
Yeah, because I just
Feminine
don't want to. I don't
ball
want to have
busting.
time for that. You know, when we shot, and there were some things that because I was doing set decorating, and I told Lana afterwards, I'm like, I started getting myself caught up in time, but at the same time, and I wanted to make sure that the set was okay, and there was this and there was that, but I was also in the film,
Yeah.
so it
Right,
was.
so you're wearing
it
so many
definitely
hats.
distracted me, so
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
to stay on my game. So it was a huge learning job for me. So
That's nice when you have the budget, or if people are willing to help you anyway, to have people that you can trust doing all of their jobs, because then you can just really bring it in and focus on what you're contributing to the project. So.
right.
Yeah. Definitely get it in writing. Rule number 27 or whatever, like of CYA, get it in writing. Email is good for that, but also one other thing is that a human voice, and especially interpersonal interaction and nonverbal communication are so important. So something else I would just suggest is keep seeing these people, like during the project, after the project, like go for coffee, like sit in a meeting, like make the extra effort to physically see how they're responding to you, and feel their energy, not to be too like, wavy gravy, but like you can
so
sense,
true.
you can
really
sense
make
that.
it.
Yeah. And also,
I think it's a huge point.
just an old school thing, handwritten thank you notes. And just little treats go a really long way because it leaves a warm fuzzy. Everyone likes a warm fuzzy, even Rusty. Rusty's giving me the thumbs up, so I know I'm on point.
Fuzzy, yes.
So, like, whether it is the person who brought your snacks or whether it's the person who did set design or, all the way up the line, like, just say thank you.
Right.
Because people really don't.
Be grateful,
Yes.
right, and
Right.
appreciative, like especially if you find a crew and like people in those positions that are doing a good job, like they're hard to come by.
Yeah.
I mean, and probably in any work field, anywhere, not film related at all, it's the same way. You find people that are good at their job, they should feel appreciated.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I worked on a set once where the production manager was creating upheaval and didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Because he just thought he was doing a phenomenal job, but he was putting everybody on edge because he was trying to keep on the time and keep the time straight. He was trying to make sure people had food, but he was like running late on the poor guy was trying to do an exceptional job, but I think there were miscommunications
Yeah.
and I'll tell you, that's the key. Transparency, communication, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
I think it is time for
questions.
Yay.
Questions.
No, it's Alex's question corner.
Questions with Alex. Questions. That's a little theme song. Questions with Alex.
William from Covington, Kentucky asks, what's the role you fear to play?
Like,
like as an actor or maybe even production, what behind the scenes role would you not want to play?
Right, that's an
a good
interesting,
one.
yeah.
I would not like to edit sound. I would like to never be a sound engineer.
That's
Sorry, Rusty. I'm not trying to throw you under the
How many times
bus.
have we seen him go like this?
Your job is the hardest job. I really do believe that. And I really don't think I have the skills to do it. So I commend anyone who has the patience to.
And who has to deal with us.
Also that.
All the power to you, buddy.
What do you?
He's so sweet.
He is.
Great dinner for you,
You know,
Rusty.
my very first film that I ever did, Rusty worked with me. He did my sound. Did a lot of the camera work too.
Nice.
Yeah.
He just nods.
Yeah. He said, yeah, I do.
Yeah. I would hope that I can't think of any off the top of my head, which I hope that's a good thing, that I would just try to just, tackle any role. I mean, we did that in acting class one time where Lana went around and asked everybody what's one thing they would not want to do. And what does she do? She makes everybody get up in front of everybody and do that. And I will never forget when she made Dave Moak and Daryl Miller said singing, like musicals,
really?
and she made the both of them get up and sing their
And
scene.
they were
They
fabulous.
were good.
Because you know what? Because
They
they're
were
solid
good.
in what they do.
They
so
were
they're gonna
good.
make it happen.
But even their voices, I was like,
Their voices were magnificent.
they were good to sing hers.
Wait a minute, I heard Dave Moak sing karaoke, and he makes himself crazy to make sure it's good. So
It was a serious scene too. I think that's why the vulnerability of the scene, and
Yeah, it was
they
really
were
good.
so
And
soft,
singing,
and
Yeah.
I don't even think after when Dave sat down, like we were all like, "Whoa." Like, you guys aren't
He's
even
like-
that bad at singing. He's like, yeah, whatever.
oh my gosh,
Shout out to
that's
Dave
so
Moak and
funny.
Daryl Miller. We love you both.
So what about you, Alex? I mean,
So I'm saying, like, there's this movie called The Lovely Bones. And there's also a book, too.
I love
and
it. I read the book,
I cannot
actually.
think of the guy's name, the guy that actually is the kidnapper and, like, takes, like, young girls and, horrible
he was
things.
your neighbor or something, right?
Yeah. Like, that guy is such a phenomenal actor. I cannot think of his name, and I hate that, but he is so versatile. And that is obviously such a dark, role. I mean, like, you're a pedophile, you're a rapist, like kidnapper.
Yeah.
But he went there. You know what I mean? So it's like, as an actor, I like so appreciate it, because that's hard to do. That's obviously something that you would reach down in and hopefully not find a piece of that
Right.
character truly in you. But I mean, you just have to bring
it's
that
there.
emotion. Do you know what I mean?
there,
Like,
Yeah.
Something relatable is there.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
not the actual like pedophile part,
Sure.
but maybe something they've experienced in their life, or so. Maybe some sort of role like that, where
Yeah.
I would have to play something that I just truly
Something
don't,
truly evil and
truly
yeah.
evil, and like don't, not evil like evil
Like
queen kind of
psychopathic
thing,
evil,
but like
I think,
yeah, like
for
a mental.
me it's just scary because it's real.
Right,
Yeah.
like I would fear to
Right.
play it like in the context, like I would reach down so like far in me and pull, like I would get lost in the character almost, and I wouldn't fear that, but it's like the method acting and stuff like
Sure.
that. So it's like you have to be careful to kind of balance everything out.
Yeah.
So I guess that's something I would probably fear to do.
Yeah.
What about you, Nance?
Yeah,
You know, I really can't, I would try anything. I would even try
Yeah.
like,
right. That's
you know, like being like a superhero once they're older kind of thing, or you know what I mean?
Birdman.
Like, yeah,
like in The Incredibles.
like the Incredible, yeah, something like anything. But I mean, I'm trying to think that I think something. It would have to be something like that, something that the character is so disturbing, maybe so real and disturbing that, you know, maybe they hurt animals or whatever.
right.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like something that hits home, like
Yeah.
personal.
that, like, or yeah, something like you were talking about, that is just like where you start to, because you have, I feel that there is a part of every character I play, there has to be, even if it's it's a character that's very disturbing, there has to be something likable enough in that character that you can relate to them
Right.
and hang on to them. And that would bother me. You know,
Yeah.
I did a film where I played this very, very whacked out woman, and there were very likable qualities about her, but she wasn't to that extreme, you know, so
Yeah.
it was easy to let go or whatever. I just think that would be, because even when you were talking about it, it just was uncomfortable.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like the side that we see, like where we're just watching the movie, you hate that guy and you hate everything about him. But when he's reading the script, maybe there's something in the context where he's like, I've experienced that, or I've seen that, or it makes him think of an article he's read or some other movie he's seen where he's really disturbed by it, and that's where he's gonna like strip the emotion from that and use it. But part of me, I would love to play a really disturbing, mentally disturbed character, but like you said, something with hurting animals or the kidnapping and
Right. I mean, but
that kind of stuff. I mean, I think anybody
you have
would
to play. I mean, if that's
yeah.
what the character was
Yeah,
or whatever. But
right, exactly.
I think it would be hard. I would still want to do it. Yeah, I agree with you. It's
Yeah.
the challenge of doing something like that. It would be extremely hard, I think.
Yeah.
Other question?
Sure.
Okay.
One more.
One more. Oh, so it's like the opposite.
an easy one.
What's your dream role?
Sally Bowles and Cabaret.
Really? Seriously? Really? Oh my god.
No, for real.
Oh no. Literally.
Literally that role.
That would
Literally
be
that role.
great. You should try. Like do it.
She said,
Why would you go? No.
Because my voice, I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be magical. Lana has seen me sing.
Oh, that's right. In class. That would wait.
I'm missing
going
something
for a
here.
ride
I'm
before
missing
you
s-
die.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you something.
I'm missing something here.
That was a scary character. But no, that was
Good. I loved it.
It was good. You went way outside the parameters. You went outside the ozone layer.
There's definitely a reason why I stay behind the camera and not in front of it.
That was fantastic, though.
What about you, Nance?
Oh, jeez.
Dream role.
Oh my gosh, I would love something where, like, I don't know, because I love animals so much. I would love something where I would have like a dog that was like my friend or something, or a cat, or, you know, like donkey, or I don't know, like some duck. No, but it's like
No, like Dr. Doolittle, if he could like
something
talk to
like
animals
that,
or something.
or something where
The Donkey
I-
Duck
I'm-
and Nancy.
the Brennantown Musicians 2016.
This
No,
is
like
Nancy
something where,
and
like,
her
I would-
donkey.
Something where like I would get to
Sorry, I'm just like imagining this trailer right now. Just a girl and her donkey. What is that on her other hand? A parakeet. You just have like all the
python.
birds like floating to you, just like standing on
like I
your
walk
body.
outside and birds land on my shoulder. No, like just something where like I don't know, just something where I would have to show some emotion that would just resonate something in me. I'm so hungry to do so much that, you know,
Like anything is good.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
I mean, mine, I've talked about them so much in previous episodes. Anything superhero. Yeah, I would love to play a superhero. I don't even care if it's Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl.
That's a real superhero.
That's Nancy's role.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Girl and her squirrel.
Yes.
Donkey Mama.
Donkey Mama. I don't think that's a genre
Don't
we
Google
do,
that.
Nancy.
Yeah, that'll,
Google
you're
that.
gonna have to just find
I swear to God, you Google it, you'll find something.
yeah.
I don't
One
wanna
night
Google
in
that.
Tijuana.
Nancy and her donkey.
It's Donkey Mama.
It sounds like a really
I feel like it's gonna have a catchy theme
With the
song.
twisted Donkey Mama with the twisted line.
Nice.
anything superhero, anything Star Wars, because there's so many new Star Wars movies coming out. I would love to be involved with something like that. And then also something like Les Mis, where it's like singing
Yes.
and acting at the
Yeah.
same time.
I would
Phantom
love
of the-
to do something
like
like that too.
Yeah, right. Or like the show Nashville.
Yeah.
Or Lana knows it's like one of my favorite
thing.
shows. Just anything where I can sing and act, that'd be really cool too.
Yeah. I don't think I have a dream role. I have a dream project. I would love to direct a military-related action film.
Wow.
I would love to do that. Something kind of epic and really fast-paced and just crazy insane with action.
You know, I don't think I could do. I have a huge thing about the Holocaust and anything Holocaust and a lot of slavery related things
Yeah.
of any type are really hard for me, and I almost have like panic attacks.
Well, it
or
goes hand
anxiety.
in hand with like that was real. Like
Yeah.
that was a real
And-
thing
yeah.
that
Right,
happened.
and I just really have seen very few Holocaust movies. I've seen some
Boy in the striped
slavery related
pajamas.
movies. I have a very hard time with them. I almost have panic attacks. And I
Yeah.
have had panic attacks in museums before where they have exhibits.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's some kind of connection to that I have not yet
sure.
explored, but
Can I retract my previous answer? No, Lana had a really good, like, Lana had a really good, you planted a good thought on me. What would be a dream project as
Yeah,
opposed to
yeah.
a role? I love documentary film.
Yeah.
I am addicted to BBC Lucy Worsley. I am like, there's another like pretty hot guy that does Great Castles. But I would really love, because of my experience with Judaism, like literally, I like non-Holocaust related. I would really love to do a documentary about Reform Judaism, because although its seeds were planted in Europe, it actually flourished here in Cincinnati towards the end of the Civil War. So
I had
there's
no idea.
Yeah, that temple on Plum Street is actually the first the first large scale.
That is crazy. I had no idea.
Reformed Jewish
like my
temple.
mind is
Yeah,
blown
so
right
and,
now.
and it's a
pretty
beautiful
cool.
place.
Yeah.
So and especially working at the school that I do, it's really given me an appreciation for everything they've done, which I'm not going to go into, but there is so much there, and I would just love to have it elevated to the level of some of these other more tragic things that have happened in the history
Sure.
of Judaism. So that's like a dream project of
Yeah.
mine.
Very cool.
Which is probably achievable, you know. The bar's pretty low on that one. I could probably do that
Sure.
if I just did it. But yeah, you had that's a really good thought.
Yeah.
No, there can be squirrels. There
Yeah.
could be parakeets.
Yeah.
Right.
They totally are involved.
They're
There's
everywhere.
definitely a squirrel girl that's a real thing. It's
We
literally.
can invite Donkey Mama to walk through a scene.
Yeah.
never know.
Just in the back.
I'm telling you, that sounds like a really perverted video game.
But
Donkey
why
Mama.
is it? It doesn't have to be. Everybody just took the animal and went the
I'm
wrong
just-
way with it. I'm just putting that out.
I think donkeys are cute.
I love them. They have the best ears and nose. I used to work on a farm.
yeah.
Of course, I've worked
They have
everywhere.
great faces.
But they're so sweet. I love the donkey and then the little piglets and stuff. Anyway, so it's time to sign off, right?
Yep. Where can they find us, Alex?
You can do Instagram or Twitter at Neapolitan3. Spell the word out 3
Yes,
because
3 spelled.
it's not the
Not
number
the
3.
number.
And then our Facebook is Neapolitan Trifecta Podcast.
Facebook?
Isn't that what I? Is that what I
I thought
said?
you said website.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Facebook is Neapolitan Trifecta Podcast, and then the website is also NeapolitanTrifectaPodcast.com.
.com.
.com. Thank you for doing that,
Announcements.
Alex.
Announcements.
Do you remember the announcements, Nancy?
Oh my gosh. So we are Neapolitan Trifecta will be in Lexington,
Louisville.
Louisville.
I thought you said
let me
that
say
you
that
were ready.
So, okay, and Neapolitan Trifecta will be in Louisville in October at the Imaginarium.
The Illuminati.
We'll be at the Imaginarium.
Don't you get me started.
When is that?
October 7th, 8th, and 9th.
October 7th, 8th, and 9th. So we're looking very, very much forward to that.
Yeah.
We are going to be podcasting live
From Imaginarium.
from Imaginarium. So a lot of interviews going on, a lot of talking about books, films, etc., etc.
Yep. Yeah, be
So
really,
we're
really
excited
fun.
about that. Yeah. So we want to thank our fabulous Katie Dreyer for coming
Yay!
in. She's amazing. We love her, and she makes us laugh.
got the
Yes,
sound.
good. She's funny. She literally makes us laugh.
I missed that. You guys both leaned in, and I'm over here like,
Alex is like, I'm a parakeet. I'm a squirrel girl. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us again, and we look forward to seeing you another time.
Yeah.
bye,
All right,
guys.
bye-bye.